standing a towering 7 to 12 feet in height.
This is a cold open.
Covered in black to dark red hair.
With
feet measuring up to 24 inches in length. Comes a legend hundreds of years in the making. With 5,386 recorded reports in the U.S.
As of when?
As of July 20th.
2020?
2020. Bigfoot is one of the most prominent myths we will ever talk about on this show.
Maybe. Maybe we'll create our own.
This is My Neighbor Mothman.
Do we have music to put there?
I know we got. We don't right now. All right, listen. I'll get on it. So welcome to My Neighbor Mothman.
I'm Zach. This is Zach.
Yeah, we do a thing with video games called Zach and Zach. I go by Levi most of the time.
I go by Zachary most of the time.
But it's shorter that way and more catchy. So this is a show about cryptids and cryptozoological animals and creatures and things that go bump in the night.
It's kind of got an X-Files feel to
Yeah.
it. I was gonna say X-Files, but less aliens, but maybe X-Files with more aliens.
I mean, listen, yeah, we don't know yet.
It's X-Files-esque. If we had to pick, which one are you? Are you Mulder or are you Scully?
I feel like I'm Scully.
I love Mulder.
But I'm like the last two seasons Scully, where
now, are you including season 10 in this?
No.
Okay, so not the last two.
Not the last two seasons.
Seasons 8 and 9.
Yeah, where it like flips to where it's like I'm the believer. Yeah.
That's good.
We'll go through all the emotions with all these sort of things depending on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But obviously the place to start is not the title. Creature.
Yeah.
Because that seems a little obvious to me. Maybe we'll never cover Mothman. How crazy would that be?
I will fucking riot.
No, but we start with Bigfoot. Bigfoot has the most information.
I would say in Bigfoot's got enough that
it's got the clout.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't even going that route. Bigfoot does have big clout. Bigfoot clout.
Bigfoot clout.
But no, like Bigfoot is broad enough that we can do this episode, and in 6 months maybe we do another episode on a different Bigfoot.
Yeah,
because there's 8 million different.
Cover the fucking swamp ape. We can cover Sasquatch, Yeti, and all that.
God, dude, no, I'm
skunk ape. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm reserving the Yeti.
Yeah,
because I have a good one about the Yeti.
Oh, excellent.
And this will, we're not gonna just talk about cryptids. We'll have some true crime-esque episodes about, like, all right, maybe then just, hey, we'll talk about Bigfoot for 30 minutes today. Maybe in 2 weeks we talk about something that Bigfoot might have caused.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I want to start this in a little interesting way of, do you have any experiences with X-Files-esque?
I do think I have a ghost in my apartment.
Kenny doesn't count.
No. And this is recent.
Oh.
On a very serious note now. I mean, as a little kid, I did find a concrete plaster in my backyard that had a footprint in it that I did assume was Bigfoot for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then some of it came uncovered, and it was just the people who built the house had stepped in some concrete. But no, ghost in the apartment. I was using the restroom the other day, and I was just kind of like, what I haven't done since I was 17? Just kind of slapped at the shower curtain.
Yeah.
And I did feel something very...
I've seen that TikTok.
Very... what's the word? Solid.
Oh.
And let me tell you, there's no more pure fear than being on the toilet and slapping at the shower curtain and feeling something solid.
And maybe there's something behind the curtain.
Yeah. So this is my ad for Squatty Potty. They are great for swinging into shower curtains in pure terror. But yeah, there was nothing there. But no, I was very sure that I had felt something solid. So I think there's a ghost.
Fair.
And I think it came with Adam.
Oh, he brought it from Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, he's haunted.
I mean, we also had the ghost in the Commerce sports retail store that we worked in.
It doesn't close anymore. It's closed now. So
it is closed now, but the brand is still alive.
Over at Tanger, if you're familiar with Commerce.
But not the good Tanger.
No, the old Tanger.
The bad Tanger. Yeah, there was a
Shout
ghost
out
there.
to Tanger.
Yeah. Do you think we...
Do you think Tanger would sponsor this podcast?
Do you think Tanger's into sponsoring stuff? If there is a place around here that has a cryptid, it's a swamp behind the old Tanger.
Yeah. Easy. There's also the swamp behind East Jackson.
There is a swamp behind East Jackson.
Mine is in downtown Jefferson. There used to be a Papa's Pizza on the square.
It was very good.
Now it's like in a fancy Italian restaurant. Mm-hmm. Inside there, we were watching, it was like on the news or something. TV remotes on the table next to us. Nobody's sitting there.
Excuse me.
Channel changes to SpongeBob.
As it does. And you saw SpongeBob.
So SpongeBob came on screen. There was no one touched the remote.
That's creepy.
Then there's a little girl went from one bathroom to the other. It's kind of like a hallway where all the tables are. And then there's like a little barrier. And there's men's bathroom on the left, women's bathroom on the right kind of thing. Went from one to the other. Like 20 minutes passed, nobody came out. Mom had to go to the bathroom. Opened the door. There was no one in there.
You're talking about a little scary ghost girl.
I'm talking about a little scary ghost girl. Years later, we find out that that spot in downtown Commerce where that building is,
Jefferson,
used to be a cemetery.
That's terrifying.
And there are multiple confirmed reports.
This one's not a bit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no.
That's terrifying.
I learned about that being a thing in school, and then everything clicked.
I'm going to call my teachers.
Yeah.
After I get off tonight.
We had, I don't remember what class, we had there was like an article about it that we went over. But yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable. It's a little scary ghost girl.
Yeah. And it's like, the people at the pizza restaurant, when it was a pizza restaurant, were like, yeah, she used to just watch us make pizzas.
Dog, I'm telling you right now, if I show up day one to be a little pizza boy and flip some pizzas and there's just a ghost girl.
Yeah.
First of all, because, all right, we've got to operate under the assumption that we did it at unnamed sports retailer.
At our sports retailer.
And that only, maybe one person would tell you on your first day.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
I'm imagining that I come in, I say, hey, Levi took I
got hit in the head
alcohol can to the head
with a 24-ounce can.
Back to the story. Show up first day. Say, hey, I'm so excited to make some pizzas. It's my life goal. Ever since I saw little Mario on my TV, I said, I've got to get into this pizza action. I'm sure they did a Mario pizza.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So here I am. I'm rolling the dough, doing the thing, flipping the pizza. And I go, oh, hey, little Sally, how are you? And then they're like, that's a ghost girl.
Edith.
Her name is Edith. Mm-hmm. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hello, Edith. How are you?
You're cooking a pizza and you see a Victorian child.
All right. Why is every ghost Victorian?
Listen, things were harder back then.
Yeah, but is it like
I don't.
Almost like a statute of limitations? Like once you've been dead for 150 years.
That's the whole bit of like when are we going to see the 2003 It's Britney? We're trying to reduce cussing on this show.
We are. Did I cuss?
Did I cuss? I don't think so. I don't know.
I've been trying.
It's been less. All right, definitely. We're doing our best.
If you want to hear some just good old cursing.
Hi, Adam.
Hello, Adam. You brought a ghost with you from Michigan.
You brought a ghost with you from Michigan, apparently.
If you want to hear cursing, go watch Zach and Zach play Halo.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will curse.
We'll start up Halo 4 here soon. We're going to get Casey. And
I thought you meant right now.
Or Halo 3.
I was going to say,
no.
You're skipping one.
Yeah, we're just going to skip 4.
We've chattered.
Yes.
Let's get in.
All right.
Let's get into the.
So I've got some statistics here to start things off. Because I love me some statistics. So nearly 1/3 of the claims of sightings are from the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, yeah. No, I could have guessed that.
That's where
he's over there.
Really, that's where most of this originates. Excuse me while I pull up the website.
Should have had this ready to go.
Yeah. We were bantering a bit, and Adam caught me off guard. I'm pulling up bfro.net if you are interested.
I do know that.
Yes,
website.
I know you're familiar. This is where I have the most recent sightings information.
I messed up big time. I do own some Finding Bigfoot merch I've just thought of that I didn't.
I thought you were gonna show up in your Getting Squatchy hat or whatever.
It's gone squatching.
Gone squatching.
It's Finding Bigfoot merch official. Next Bigfoot episode. The
there you go.
Squatching hat will be here. I'll go home right now.
So
go ahead.
The most recent reported sighting, I was close. I was guessing. It was in Ontario, Canada. Which is not in that area. This is Great Lakes area.
Let's see.
It was on July 27th, 2020.
Right now.
Yeah, it is currently
August 14th.
August 14th.
You know, I was gonna bring this up in your intro.
Yeah.
Everybody knows 2020's been a tough year. I think the next. All right, let's run through big things that have happened that we enjoy. Big Gundam robot.
Yeah, that's good.
Big Godzilla ride.
Also cool.
Pretty cool. Very excited. Next natural progression.
The big one in California that separates the San Andreas Fault.
Well, I was going to say Bigfoot shows up.
That's also a big one.
Yeah, I mean, you want to do a big one joke? Oh, it's a big one. It's Sanford and Sons. Did you get it?
Dun, 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 dun. How old are we?
I don't know.
All right, that can. Yeah.
I want Bigfoot to be real. I want him to show up.
So, really,
you were going at it on that page.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out where. I'll put a link in the description to this video of the report. They go into detail as to like the sightings, like camping and that sort of thing, and all that sort of information. Now, there is controversy here that I want to talk about.
About Bigfoot?
About the most famous Bigfoot sighting.
Yeah, okay.
The Patterson-Gimlin film.
Yeah.
1967.
I was going to guess 76. I had the numbers
wrong. Yeah, dyslexia happens to me too. Words are also hard, and I'm drinking, and I hit my head real hard.
And a big head injury.
Yeah.
You're my little concussed boy.
So, a lot of places have gotten that footage to do analysis on it.
Yes.
I brought up some interesting ones that I saw, which is like Gordon Valiant, who worked for Nike.
Okay. And also made Valorant the video.
Nope.
Now we got Jake in.
Yeah, I know. We mentioned Valorant. Jake, here comes Jake. I'm going to truncate this a little bit here, but the long story short was that the movements in the creature in question's gait were not human.
Okay.
What he said. Now, I'm sure if you've watched any, like, the Finding Bigfoots, and not that one.
I was going to say, which, if you are here listening to this podcast,
we imagine you know what
you've seen
Bigfoot
the footage.
Is. Yeah.
You know what it is.
It's everywhere.
We'll recreate it.
Yeah. You can walk around in the background.
Don't limit us.
But like there are ones where they've rigged up a wireframe, like CG wireframe to it, and you can see where the hip movements are at. And like that's to me the most compelling argument for that one. For that footage.
Yeah.
Because my next set of things here are very against it.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot very against it. And I would like to say, if anyone is making a Bigfoot game, anything like that, hit me up. I will mocap for Bigfoot. That's my end goal for this podcast is to mocap for Bigfoot.
So
let's see what you got.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start. For the most part, the ones I wrote down were Hollywood special effects people.
Yeah.
Of the era, mind you. I made a little spill. 67. Hey, it happens. So, Rick Baker, who did Harry and the Hendersons.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this film?
No.
So, have you seen Third Rock from the Sun?
No.
Have you seen Daddy's Home 2?
I've seen Sanford and Sons.
Okay.
Was he connected at all to Sanford and Sons?
I don't believe so. Maybe 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon sort of deal we could get there.
We can probably do that.
Yeah. Regardless, it's a movie about a family who's going camping, hits Bigfoot with their car.
Okay, and I'm assuming those are the Hendersons.
Those are the Hendersons.
So now this has turned into a Harry and the Hendersons movie review.
Yes. Slightly. It's a funny movie.
I'll watch it.
They hang out with Bigfoot the entire time.
That sounds awesome.
They name him Harry.
Love it. That's good.
It's a very good costume. Let me see if I can pull it up, actually. This is a new segment here.
This is a new segment called Bigfoot Costumes. Oh, we won't limit it to Bigfoot costumes. This is cryptid costumes.
So here we go.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah. So this is Harry, right?
That's a good costume.
It's a really good costume.
When was this made? I'm looking at the cover of the movie, and I know
87.
That's a really good costume for 87. I'll give him that. He's cute. I love him.
So it's a lot of like that. There's a guy in a costume, obviously, but they've got the robotics to make him smile and frown and pout and all those sort of things. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990.
Yeah. He looks very Planet of the Apes.
So that brings me conveniently to John Chambers of Planet of the Apes.
I have seen Planet of the Apes.
Like the original.
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Oh, excellent. There's
Love
like 40 of them.
Apes scare me.
Yeah, they should.
So now I'm chasing the big one.
Yeah.
It's no.
Siri wants to be involved in this.
It's like they say about prison. You go in first day.
Yeah.
Got to take down the biggest dude. So I'm going after Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair.
If I take down Bigfoot, all apes will
respect you. Exactly. I don't know. Coco. I don't think Coco would respect anyone after they taught her what death was.
I think Coco, I don't have to worry about what she thinks of me anymore.
I think that they are training Coco's children.
I thought you were going to say Coco 2, and I wasn't going to be able to handle it.
I think Coco 2 is going to be about ghosts again.
Well, I'm not
skeletons.
I'm not going to kill Bigfoot.
Yeah, okay. You're just going to show him who's boss?
Well, I was kind of going for more of a friendship thing.
Oh,
to show like Bigfoot. To show like Bigfoot trusts me, Bigfoot loves me.
Yeah.
You should trust and love me.
Fair.
And now I've got a different end goal for this podcast, and it is to make Bigfoot fall in love with me.
Okay. I'm going to change this to my other screen.
Okay.
Because that actually has Harry and the Hendersons on it, so this is more useful now.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should have just done that instead of describing the costume.
Listen, it's Harry and the Hendersons.
It's day one, guys. It's episode 1.
Yeah, so John Chambers did Planet of the Apes.
Uh-huh.
And you're familiar with, like, they've got the moving mouths and are talking and...
Very scary.
Very scary. Older than Harry and the Hendersons by, like, 20 years.
I was going to say, yeah, I think those...
And then the last one I have on here is Stan Winston, who did Terminator and Jurassic Park.
Have seen
and Aliens.
Let me tell you, if he did something about Jurassic Park, you can't know about dinosaurs and Bigfoot. You can't.
But these are people that are hype.
Yeah, I was gonna say these
are at their height of their visual effects ability.
I'm gonna say they're the tip of the top,
especially.
And what did they say?
Pretty much all of them came to the conclusion that it was a man-made suit.
Mm-hmm.
Did I write down the other one? There was one person who argued that it would have cost thousands of dollars at the time, which seems like a lot to go into a prank like this. But
do you know the Paul brothers?
Listen, they aren't born for another while.
The secret prank, good prank, Paul brothers.
Them Paul brothers are.
Do they do pranks?
I I think they do social experiments.
Okay, yeah,
I think it's
called
technically social experiments.
Sorry, I'm a boomer.
No, you're good. Yeah, hey,
I'm a boomer. I still call it pranks.
But the people who made the film also had gotten in trouble multiple times with government agencies, and like there's all sorts of, you can deep dive. They've got some suspect things with Hollywood and like pitching stuff that wasn't disclosed at the time because it was the 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, there was one person who I can't remember. I forgot to write him down. Who thought it couldn't have been man-made purely because of cost. But then like years later, I was like, no, anyone could have done that.
You know what would be fun?
What's that?
Is that guy still alive? Do we know? You don't know his name, so
I don't know his name.
We should find out if he's still alive, and then not right now.
Yeah.
We're getting derailed too easily. We find this guy. We show him furries.
Oh no. And what they are able to do,
yeah,
with limited time and resources for cons.
Look, this is not an anti-furry podcast.
No,
I want that on record. Those guys do just some absolutely crazy stuff. It's new angle for this podcast. Levi and I become furries.
No.
Bigfoot furries.
So that kind of covers what I wanted to talk mostly about the Patterson Gimlin film. I've written down a couple issues with the existence of Bigfoot as far as a DNA and hard proof goes. Now, Footsteps, if you watch MythBusters or any of those shows, they can show you how to make footsteps.
Yeah,
it's you're covering your foot in plaster, and
stepping into plaster.
No, it's what is it? The stuff you use to make the negatives of a mold. Can't remember.
I know what you're talking
about. You put it in a liquid and it expands it. Then you fill that with your hard material and you go make footsteps. You pull yourself behind the truck so you have bigger gait. All these sort of things. So the main problem here is there were 30 samples of a combined Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, and other unknown primates that were given to I want to say it was Yale for
one of those nerds.
Yeah, one of those
Bigfoot.
nerd schools.
No, I'm saying what do those nerds know about Bigfoot?
Oh,
nothing.
Well, they were doing genetic tests on them to see if they were even primate.
Could have faked it.
One of them was primate.
Could have faked it.
And it was human.
Could have faked it.
The rest were a mix of cows and bears, and it was mostly bears. And then it was like cows and deer and yak and that sort of thing.
Interesting.
Only one of them came back as primate, and it was a human. Okay. It was human hair.
This is depressing.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing.
You've brought me here to break my spirit.
Now I have good news.
Okay.
Big if here, right? Their population is what it is believed to be, which is in the 2,000 to 6,000 range.
Okay.
Which to me seemed low to sustain a population.
See, well, it seems very high to me considering if they are real, which they are, how secretive they are.
Yeah,
I was expecting maybe 200. Now is that in the world?
This is in the United States.
United States. Yeah, that seems high.
This is also coming from the BFRO website.
Okay, that seems high to me.
Yeah,
because I feel like if there were 6,000 8-foot tall, big scary guys,
7 to 12. That's the biggest thing to me is the 7 to 12. 12 is enormous.
Well, but you can. All right, same side of that though. With okay, never mind. I misconstrued what you.
Oh no!
I thought you were saying that's a big range. That's crazy. No, 12 feet.
That's a tall boy.
There's 8-foot tall humans.
Yeah. That's 4 feet taller than those, though.
Now.
That's what this roof's 7 feet, 8 feet in here.
It's about 50% more of that.
That
is a big
That's
boy.
A big boy.
Now I want you to picture something. Big boy.
Yeah.
12 foot. Me on his shoulders like a little baby.
Yeah.
Riding around.
I got it. Swap that, not on the shoulders. Baby Bjorn.
I thought you were going to say Bigfoot on my shoulders.
No,
I was going to say that will destroy who I am. A baby Bjorn.
And you're sitting there like this, totally not touching the ground because they're 12 feet tall.
Yeah. I'd be unstoppable.
Yeah.
I could commit any crime.
Yeah. I suppose. I suppose.
End goal of this podcast. I want
Zach commits crimes.
I want Bigfoot to wear me in a baby Bjorn.
But the thing that always bugged me was like the population seems too low to sustain for the amount of time that they've been around.
But we don't know anything about that.
And the range in which the sightings occur. Uh-huh. Because there are... I hate this map, by the way.
But they could be living... Because, I mean, like... Because there's a lot of assumptions that goes into that of we think they live lifespans like humans or apes or monkeys or something like that. For all we know, they could be living like tortoise lifespans.
Yeah, talking hundreds of years.
Yeah, hundreds of years.
Then the population could reduce drastically, and that would fit your narrative of this.
Yeah, because I mean, like, and you know, I feel like, well, obviously you've got the numbers. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like for a long time in each area of a sighting, people spot very similar ones. You know, and you're talking about 6,000 is not a lot. If there's 4 Bigfoot in the Northeast Georgia mountains, and we're just seeing 4 of them, and they're living for 300 years,
for instance, like so we're in Georgia. There have been 133 Bigfoot sightings in Georgia. Let's see. Let me see what the the oldest or sport 57.
So that was what? That was 10 years before that film?
Yeah. 61.
I remember those days. I used to watch Sanford and Sons on TV.
79. Like there are really old reports in here.
But that's relative to our lives.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, 57. That's not that. That's 50 years.
Yeah.
Close.
Nope. It's 2020.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm only 13 years off.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a math podcast.
But like, and that's the thing is like, so like obviously the most reports are from Washington. There've been 678 reported reports from Washington.
Not DC.
No. West Coast Washington. Best Coast Washington. Hot takes. Followed by like California. But then California is enormous.
Yeah.
And mountainous and has varied climates.
This is a nice little plug.
Yeah.
If you are in Northeast Georgia, and I'm sure we will go to this.
Yeah.
In Blue Ridge, there is a place called Expedition Bigfoot that has got a bunch of Bigfoot memorabilia, like list of sightings. What they also have, though, is a map out front, and they've got like you can take paper like copies of the map of every Bigfoot sighting in Georgia.
Yeah,
and what trail it was on and all that.
I'm gonna pull up here just because there was one, and there's a hunt going on at the end of this month in Tennessee.
Where are we going? When is it?
It's hang on, it's on the BFR website. But what I wanted to go into next was the where people believe that Bigfoot came from, sort of thing. And that's a lot of prevailing theories are there some descendant on the missing link scale or Gigantopithecus or that sort of thing. The only contradictory issue with that is that there have not been any extinct hominid or Neanderthal remains found in North America.
Simple response.
Found in the Americas. Excuse me, North and South.
They eat the bones.
They eat the bones?
They eat the bones.
It's like Red Dead. You eat babies.
I've never played it.
Yeah, there's a whole mission where you hunt down Bigfoots.
I'll play it.
Yeah.
No, I won't. I don't want to hurt Bigfoot.
And then it gets to the last one, and Bigfoot can talk.
We have no reason to believe that he can't.
It's true. And he's like, and John Marston goes, "You eat babies," and accusing him because that was what the claims were.
I'd like to think that all Bigfoot kind of sound a little bit like John Goodman.
So it was kind of like gruff, and they put it through a filter. I don't know exactly who played Bigfoot for that.
I hope it was John Goodman.
Hey, Jet, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Jet. Thank you.
But yeah, so and then like at the end of that, he's like, "We eat berries and nuts," kind of thing, and then you can choose to whether or not to kill the last Bigfoot because you've hunted.
Man,
down.
That game really goes off the rails.
Oh yeah, like you got the chupacabra, which we'll also talk about.
We will definitely talk about that
goat sucker.
Hey now.
And then, like, the 4 horses of the apocalypse are in there, and that sort of thing. That game is wild for mythology, especially of that era.
I have to play it just for that, just for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Just for my little baby boy.
That's a lot of what I had. That we burned through my notes. You want to just talk about Bigfoot?
I would love to just talk about Bigfoot.
Dude, so my parents used to watch all those Bigfoot documentaries that would show up on the Discovery Channel and Animal Planet and all that. And man, that's what got me into loving this nonsense.
I can see. I really don't know. Or I take that back. I know exactly what got me into this. My first real crush, Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge.
We're gonna get into my psyche here for a second. I did have a dream recently that I drove to San Diego, hung outside Tom DeLonge's workplace to the stars.
Yeah.
And it was like, "Please take me on a Bigfoot hunt." And he was like, "Sure will." And I woke up.
Oh.
I love Tom DeLonge, man. Yeah. And yeah, I think
that's another contributing factor. I got to be real. Is aliens exist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yep.
But no, I think it was that.
I haven't listened to MGK's new song that he put out a music video for. It was like audio or music for aliens or something. Concert for aliens.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Don't know about it. That if there's one person who knows about Bigfoot, it's Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
That man knows about everything.
He's so deep in with all those government agencies.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you would have told me when I was 14, when I found that Take Off Your Pants and Jacket CD, that you're like, hey, when you're 23, this man's going to be uncovering government like conspiracies.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, yeah. Let me go pop all these pimples on my face or something. I don't know. What a 14-year-olds think about. But yeah, no, I mean, I did go to Expedition Bigfoot. I'm not gonna lie about it. It was a lot of fun. But I think I'm very scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason I don't like water. But there's something about the thought of there is some huge primate running around in the woods that I feel like should have scared me, but it's just like, like I gotta know. So I think it's a little bit of wanting to find the unknown.
And that's always been like one of my big like question points is we hit the point where okay, we found all these primates on all of these continents. Where's North America's?
We gotta have them.
They can't just be us and our stupid faces.
Jet said he liked mine.
That's true. Zach, I'm loving the face. He did say that.
Well, like on that point, they're finding new animals all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not a ton in North America, but that's just because we've destroyed all of nature.
We're bad
in
at
North America.
We're bad at that. Yeah.
But so there's no way to know, what would have happened, what could have happened. But I mean, if you sit back and you think about it, when Native Americans were on the land, because I mean, as far as I can remember, most Native American tribes have a lore about Bigfoot.
Yeah, they pretty much all have, especially from the Washington
Pacific
area. Yeah, they pretty much all have a version of it.
So, like, for me, and everyone's like, oh, we would have found him by now. If you think about it, though, if in the 1500s, or 1500s, 1600s, when populations were rising,
yeah,
and as humans do, we find anything bigger than us to be a threat. If we hunted these or like tried to scare them off, it's hard for me to believe something that is that big, that is just pure animal instinct, doesn't evolve to be secretive.
Yeah.
That the only way you will convince me Bigfoot does not exist is if you have one person in every square foot of woods and forest on this entire planet at one time.
Yeah. I had one more thing. I had one more thing about the Sasquatch name. Let me see if I can find it.
Jet says deforestation is depressing.
Boy, right, is Jet. Listen, if we start getting into what's going on with the planet, this podcast is going to take a turn.
And it will only radicalize me into wanting to commit crimes with cryptids.
Strapped to a Bigfoot.
Strapped to a Bigfoot, just committing crimes. No one can stop me.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Are you going to handcuff Bigfoot? No.
But pretty much most of these translate to wild man or hairy man. Like various tribes' versions of Sasquatch names for these creatures. And that's the thing, is like, that's always been my thing with, about to get in my psyche.
You have Bigfoot sexy dreams?
No. Me neither. Most polytheistic religions is they all pretty much have the same set of gods.
Yeah, just different names.
Names.
And slightly different ideas here and there.
Which kind of leads me to think that's more right.
We do not need to get into this on this podcast. This podcast will take a turn for the bad.
But deforestation, though.
We are in the South.
We are in the South. But I was not raised religious.
I mean, neither was I. And that's why I believe in Bigfoot. Bigfoot is my god. I don't know. Now I've opened another can of worms.
T-shirt.
It is a t-shirt. We will have... Will it sell well? Maybe. Mm-hmm. We will design.
Will it sell at least 2? Definitely.
Yes. Will I buy 6 of them? Maybe.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I really like Bigfoot. Bigfoot's a very easy one to kind of, if
like, even like going on the wiki page right here, I'm scrolling forever on stuff, on information, and there's disambiguations to other pages of other areas with different ape-like creatures and that sort of thing that it all sprouts from.
If it wasn't real, why do so many people see it? Where did it come from?
That's my biggest argument, is like, and it's the same argument I have for aliens. It's like, listen, it's too...
Our alien episode will be long. It will. It's gonna be a Halo stream length.
There are too many consistent reports before the internet.
Yeah.
For it to all be a hoax.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I always stand on that, is the pre-internet times for these sort of things, and how stories don't spread as fast as they do now.
I was saying, and that's why I brought up, when you brought up the first report in Georgia was made in 1957.
Yeah.
So that's 10 years before this film. What are the odds that on 2 separate ends of this continent, 2 people make up the exact same thing?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where we're gonna stand on a lot of these. Honestly, the coincidence level is too high, based on the separation of distance and time between events.
Yeah, now, so, like, if I get on Twitter and someone's like, I just saw a techno man in my woods.
Yeah.
And it's a man covered in mirrors and cell phones. I'll be like, nope.
If y'all saw a leprechaun, say yeah. Remember that video?
No.
Oh, we can cover leprechauns. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
That's fine. I'm Irish. We'll get into leprechauns.
Ditto.
I love leprechauns. Do you know my first... now we're derailed again.
Yeah.
My first exposure to leprechauns...
Was the movie?
Let me tell my damn story. For a kid my age, most kids were exposed to leprechauns by the beautiful Disney original movie, Luck of the Irish.
Oh, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. That was not my exposure. My exposure was Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah.
When I was, let's say, 11.
It's amazing that series got derailed by the second movie.
No, it came back.
They went to space at some point, and then
I think they went back to the Hood.
I remember Leprechaun in space vividly. There are 7 Leprechaun movies.
Levi, we have too many movie franchises that we've told each other we're going to watch.
We're not watching the Leprechaun ones. They're all bad.
Thank you.
The only good one is the first one, and that's because it had, what's her name from Friends in it. It was her first role. The pretty lady. She was in that Adam Sandler movie where they're on an island.
Oh my God,
that doesn't narrow it down.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. It was her first role. She was like 16 in that.
I was going to say, we can't do movies again.
Yeah.
Because last time we talked about movies, Jake did make fun of me.
Yeah.
I don't remember what movie that was about. It was something with Jennifer Aniston, though.
that makes sense.
No, Bigfoot.
That being, I mean, they're not good. You go to Sci-Fi Originals and watch all sorts of Bigfoot movies that are just terrible, starring like James Van Der Beek and
I've got a very good question for you.
That caliber actor, yes.
King Kong just Bigfoot?
I imagine that that stems from the similar mythology.
King Kong, Bigfoot.
He's a big Bigfoot, yeah, but just a gorilla. He got gorilla hand feet.
You don't know what Bigfoot's feet look like.
We have tracks. We have so many tracks.
You just said they might be fake.
Well, that's some of them are.
What if somebody walking through the woods is like, that's a really big gorilla footprint, but really small Bigfoot?
I'd be like, it's weird. We're in Tennessee. Why is there a gorilla? We went hiking in Tennessee. Why is there a gorilla running around? It's dangerous. I'm calling the game warden.
That would terrify me much more than
That's
Bigfoot.
Way scarier.
Dude, gorillas are terrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a guy on TikTok that has a pet monkey that he just buys his pet monkey gifts. And I love that. It's very cute.
Yeah.
He makes cute little noises. He opened a water bottle the other day, and nothing has scared me more.
Yeah.
Because all I can think of is that monkey's going to teach other monkeys. He's probably not exposed to other monkeys, but if he was,
I wouldn't let him.
He would teach other monkeys. And then you know what that means. Monkey grab me by the hair, twist my head like a water bottle. That's it.
I was about to say, and that's how we arrive at Planet of the Apes.
This is really just a Planet of the Apes podcast, it seems.
All right. I think this will do it for this episode.
It will. I think it was a good test one.
I do too. I think we have very important information that we got out, and some not so important information that's also fun.
Yeah, like I want to be strapped to a Bigfoot and a baby Bjorn.
And go watch Harriet and the Hendersons, because it's pretty much the only good Bigfoot movie that I can think of.
I was going to say, I don't know if I can argue with that. I don't know if I've seen any Bigfoot movies. I'll find Bigfoot movies. Do we want to... Do we know what we want to do next week? Or in 2 weeks, whenever... We haven't discussed this.
Yeah, we haven't discussed that part yet. We can. Did you have an idea for what we're doing next?
Well, it depends. Do we want to go big second episode?
Or do we want to do like an obscure?
We could do an obscure.
Either one works for me personally.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Because I do have it. We will at one point cover the Dietlov incident.
Yeah.
which was in Serbia,
Ooh.
which is one of my favorites, that a lot of people attribute to the Yeti. I don't remember the tribe out there has another name for it, but it is basically the Yeti.
I have a couple in Malaysia that are good, surrounding the Orang Pendek.
Are we going to talk about the Loch Ness Monster?
I mean, we gotta at some point.
Okay, I don't like the Loch Ness Monster.
I mean, because it would be a big episode, and I think we would cover like a lot of those aquatic nonsense monsters.
There's a lot of aquatic ones,
yeah,
which I guess makes sense. There's a lot of weird stuff in the ocean.
You tie it back far enough, you look at old maps, and there's always the water monster on there.
Yeah. I don't know.
I also want to talk about the Aisha Candisha out in the Casbahs.
I really want to talk about Wendigos. I think it's a very interesting concept.
Absolutely. And of course, we'll talk aliens. We'll talk incidents, specific incidents for aliens.
I will talk about aliens.
I think specific incidents is the best way to look at aliens, because then we can like go into detail about.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have an alien series within the podcast. I'm trying to think of anything else. I feel like this is nice. We'll kind of give them like a
kind of like a roadmap for where this show goes.
But it's not in the right directions.
No, it's all over the place.
Chupacabra, of course.
Chupacabra is one of my favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
It's interesting.
Werewolves?
Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil's good too.
Jersey Devil's a good X-Files episode.
Yeah, it is. I've not watched all X-Files because the song is scary.
I don't want to do this podcast with you anymore.
So here's the thing, right? My parents used to watch X-Files, and every time the theme song came on, I'd leave the room because I was terrified.
You were a little baby.
And what it was the graphic of the thumbprint stretching.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, nope, that's wrong.
That's a good episode.
I was like, that's wrong. I don't know what's happening, but I hate it.
Yeah, that's a scary episode.
Yeah. He comes back.
He does come back. Let's they set that up. Yeah. We're not going to get into the X-Files.
Listen, that's a whole other podcast. I'm just about the X-Files.
I will start an X-Files podcast.
My mom will be great on that.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like good ones off the top of my head.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of large ape ones. Like the Yaren is a good one. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of those, but they kind of blend together based on a region. Skunk ape's fun.
Yeah. Skunk ape is Florida, yeah.
Yeah. And Florida's wild.
Down in the
Florida is wild.
If a Bigfoot is found, it will be found in Florida. I can guarantee
it. Absolutely. It doesn't matter that there have been a third of the sightings in Washington.
They will find that dude in Florida.
Absolutely.
They're going to, like, you know what? Did we keep cameras on the beaches now that the beaches have been closed? Bigfoot vacation?
Oh.
Something just fell behind you.
And it was a cord.
That scared me.
It's Bigfoot. He knows. It's the ghost of Bigfoot.
It's the Adam ghost.
Yeah.
It's the ghost that Adam brought with him.
It's following you now.
Don't say that to me. You will stress me out so bad. Should we? All right.
Yeah.
So we both believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where do you draw the line?
On what?
On cryptids. Cryptids, on ghosts, on any of it.
So it really is on a creature to creature basis. Yeah. Loch Ness Monster, the very first photo turned out to be fake.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was a rumor going around that the Bigfoot film, the creators came out and said it was fake.
Yeah.
But we don't believe that.
But again, we have reports from 10 years earlier.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's probably the same. I will believe in anything.
Yeah.
Except for Techno Man. No one will convince me that Techno Man exists until Techno Man comes out of the woods and beats me.
Yeah. Techno Man's a new one to me.
Well, I did just invent him.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, I feel like I would have heard about Techno Man on like InfoWars or something.
We can't get started on InfoWars. You should not have said that.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, no. Uh-oh. All right, never mind. I got that stuck on my fingernail. Yeah, no. I will believe in pretty much anything because
it's given enough evidence. Sure. I don't know. There's no way for me to know.
To me, it makes life more fun to live like that.
Yeah.
And to be like, you know, if your friend Dave comes up and he's like, hey, I just saw a 7 to 12 foot monster in the woods. If you're like, no, you didn't, you're lame.
Yeah. No, you go, that's wild. Do you have video? Can we go find it?
I was going to say, that's when you go, where's Technoman with his many cameras when you need him? New end goal. I'm creating Technoman. I'm speaking it into existence. Hey, it is 2020.
It is.
Would you be surprised?
Listen, that falls in line with the birds aren't real theory.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
The birds are cameras. That's why we had to have the lockdown so we could change the batteries.
We can't.
Conspiracy theories are a whole nother bag of
I was
worms.
going to say, we will probably have a conspiracy theory series in this. But yeah, no,
that'll do it.
I think that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has been My Neighbor Mothman.
Will we cover Mothman?
We'll be covering Mothman. You're more versed in Mothman than I.
It's supposed to be like a cliffhanger.
Oh.
Like, who knows? But I did already say I'd riot. Yeah. I do love Mothman.
Yeah.
And I did have a discussion today that I will be using this podcast to leverage at least one person in our friend group to go with me to Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Hell yeah.
That's it, though. I'm Zachary.
I'm Levi.
And this has been My Neighbor Mothman.
See you guys next time.